Hi, I'm Patrick Carter, Training Manager for IC Real-Time. Welcome to the IC Real-Time video series. Today we're going to talk about playback. This is probably the most important video out of all of them. This one we're going to talk a lot about what happens if there is an incident, when law enforcement are showing up at your door looking for some sort of clip, some sort of evidence to catch the bad guys. Keep in mind, as much of the advanced functionality as we have with our units, at the end of the day it's basically a hard drive that's recording video files. There are some important things to note when we talk about our video files. Remember, IC Real-Time is in the business of forensic video. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a very sharp video, much more clearer than most other competitors out there. And it's also going to be in a unique format. The GSA has required us to use what's called a DAV file format. When you download the file from your recorder or from your PC or via your PC, it's going to be in a format that your computer is not going to recognize. So you'll certainly want to make sure that you download our player, which is available for free on our support site, in order to play that video back. You can also convert it to an AVI. Maybe there's a really good bar fight you want to hurry up and get on YouTube. You can convert it with that player into an AVI format as well. Keep in mind that that original DAV file has something on it that's called an electronic watermark. And that watermark is very important when you take that video to court. That verifies that exactly what unit that recording came from. So make sure you hold safe to that original DAV file. If you convert it or modify it in any other way, you save it as another format, you can certainly do that, but it's not going to have the watermark on it. So please take the effort to save the original file with the original DAV format and the original watermark. So let's go ahead and talk about playback and how to recover data from your recorder. Fortunately at IC Real-Time our menu is identical based on NVR, DVR, AVS, it really doesn't matter. Even if you're using the ICRSS application on your iPad, the playback is exactly the same. So to get to it from the recorder level is very simple. All I'm going to do is right click on the screen. I'm going to go down to search. I can also reach this through the main menu if I happen to be in the main menu. And that will bring up my basic playback screen. You'll notice on the top right hand side I have the option to either do recording or snapshots. So if I am doing snapshot saving, I can just go browse my snapshots independently. I have a calendar, so it happens to be February of 2015. These are the days that I already have recording. If I need to go back, I can certainly go back to January and see my recording there. If I want to go forward, I can certainly go forward back to February. This date, if it's shaded in, has recording. If it's not shaded in, there's no recording on that date. Now this is a 4-channel unit, so I have an option to either do a single channel or 4-channel. If I happen to have a 16-channel unit, I'll have the option to do a 9-channel or a 16 as well. And that'll expand as well based on how many channels I have on the recorder. Once I select how many windows I want to see, I select which channels I want to be in each window. The default again is all my windows. And as soon as I select this, this bar across the bottom is going to populate. It starts at 0 and ends at 24. This is giving me that full day of recording. So let's go ahead and see what happened this morning at 8 a.m. here. Not a lot. So basically what I've got is my 4 cameras giving me playback of what was happening at 8 o'clock this morning. I can see that one of them is highlighted with a purple screen. As I click on each individual one, I have control of that camera. I have my regular controls down at the bottom. I can fast forward, I can rewind if I need to, and I can zoom ahead on this image. If I also want to not see the full 24 hours, I have an option down on the bottom right-hand corner to either do a 2-hour view. That'll give me that period in a 2-hour window, a 1-hour window, or even a 30-minute window. So if I'm really fine-tuning, I know about what time that happened, but I'm not really sure exactly to the minute, I can take it all the way down to a 30-minute frame and see exactly what happened during that time. So let's go back to 24-hour view. Say, for example, I see a bad guy doing a bad thing. Somebody walked in the door. In fact, you know what? There was a sales meeting this morning. Yep. There's my salesman having a sales meeting at 8 o'clock this morning. Those are definitely bad guys doing bad things. Say I see what's happening. I see this character here. I go ahead and highlight that. I want to record or save what this gentleman was doing. So all I do is click on the scissors and the film strip. Pretty easy. As soon as I do that, it's going to populate the time to let me know that it started recording at that time. Again, I can fast forward. I can manipulate my controls to go further along. Say I want to see what was happening. Wow, this class got pretty full pretty fast. So around 8:30, they were still having their meeting. I go ahead and click the scissors again, boom, and you see now this clip is from 8:16 to 8:33 this morning. So you really have a nice clip of exactly that time frame. Now say for example I want to do multiple clips, not a problem. I can go further along. I know closer to 9 o'clock I showed up. And here we are at the meeting again. I can go ahead and clip it again. Now I'm starting the beginning of my clip. I can fast forward it along to the end, and then I can click on it again. So here I go. I've got two clips now. This one started at 8:49 and ended at 8:59. Now I have multiple clips. Once I have my clips that I want, all I do is click on the little CD player here, and that will launch the backup. The backup first will ask me, what is it that I want to back up to? In this case, I want to back up to my USB drive. So let me go ahead and put this over here. I'm going to plug it into my recorder. And it's going to go ahead and detect my USB. So now I click on my little disk. Now I have my clips. I plugged in my USB drive. It now sees my USB. It tells me exactly how much space I have left on it. It tells me exactly how much room I have, and that the device is ready. So all I did was plug my USB into the unit, and it now sees that there's a USB drive there. It has a list of all my files. If I want to select them, all I do is just hit backup, and it'll automatically back up all of my files. I don't want to back all of these up. I just want to back up this first one so I can uncheck these others, and I go ahead and hit backup. Now what it's going to do is go ahead and save this file. It's going to take about 5 seconds to do that, and it's going to automatically write that to my USB drive. So now I have that file in its original DAV format right on my USB drive. Another minute as it's backing up. So once it's backed up, I can take that USB drive, I can give it to law enforcement, I can take it, put it on my PC, I can certainly view this file and be able to send it out if I need to. Remember, the player is available on our website. Just go to icrealtime.com under support and software downloads. You'll see the player there. You'll be able to, again, read that DAV file as well as convert it to an AVI file. But remember, when you do that, the watermark will be stripped out of it. So keep the original DAV file with its original watermark. So again, this has been Playback, showing you how to use our recorder for playback functionality, how to back up the data to it. Remember the format that it's saving it in. It is watermarked, and you are ready for business. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the video series. And again, I'm Patrick Carter, the technical trainer here at IC Real Time. Thank you for your time.